In this video, we will be taking a close look and analyzing the vocal skills of Rosé for two reasons. First, I feel like Rosé is a tricky case and a polarizing vocalist. From my experience, I've absolutely seen Rosé get blatantly overhyped by the Blackpink fandom, earning huge praise for less than impressive things. On the other hand, Rosé generally isn't a well-liked vocalist outside of the fandom, as her skills are often looked down upon and painfully belittled. There's often not much in between, which is rather unfortunate. With nuance and calm lacking in the discussion around Rosé's vocals, I hope to be able to analyze her skills with care and provide a different perspective. Second reason, I want to challenge myself and my bias with this video. Regardless of Rosé's level of skill, she is one of my favorite vocalists. It's something I want to disclose before getting into the analysis. I've also been called a biased, toxic, delusional blank a handful of times, and have made some fans very angry with my content. Do with that information as you will. If you're gonna write this video off and continue to call Rosé Godsay, go ahead. This video is, as usual, split into sections. Let me start with a quick introduction to Rosé as a vocalist. Rosé is a lyric soprano. Her voice is bright and light, silvery in tone with a smaller volume output. Her phrasing is very flowy and melodic. As the main vocalist in her group, she gets to sing a lot of lines and she's often given space to shine. Arguably, Blackpink's material doesn't always, however, suit her best and doesn't allow her to perform vocally at her best as well. Rosé is quite clearly a stylistic vocalist. Her style gives her a recognizable sound, but it may come with a price. Of course, we'll get to that in later sections. For the sake of further analysis, I will be comparing Rosé to other vocalists here and there, not to start any fights, but to give a wider perspective. Starting with the lower register. Right off the bat, considering the nature of Rosé's voice and her vocal style, it doesn't seem like lower range would be her biggest strength. And truthfully, it is not. However, it is quite adequate for a high soprano. It's also an area that has seen some improvements over the years. Down to a 3, Rosé typically performs well. Despite not particularly strong projection, the voice remains connected with a natural soft weight to it and a forward placement.
He cares for me. What you gonna do when I come through without that What you gonna do when I come through without that You say I wanna move on, and you say I'm far. Oh well, I don't mind if you don't mind. She said I don't mind if you don't mind. I would never fall in love. I would never fall in love. Some people search for the fountain. You make it easier when life gets hard. You hold me right here, right now.
Below a 3, Rosé's voice easily gets muffled and overly airy. She is able to maintain more tone down there, however it doesn't happen consistently. My personal opinion is also that because of the style Rosé chooses to sing in, her lows are indeed on the breathier side, and that she would be able to project her voice stronger. In general, Rosé's development in her lower register is similar to vocalists like Winter of aespa, Jennie of Twice, or Liz of Ive. Examples of vocalists with stronger lower registers include Jihyo and miyeon of Twice, miyeon of Idol, Seulgi of Red Velvet, and nmixx of aespa. Moving on to the mixed register and belting. In the fourth octave, Rosé generally sounds comfortable. The voice has a bright, cutting twang to it. Rosé's voice is rather small, but she's clearly capable of opening up and belting with a healthy, natural support. These belts are typically easy and don't require much effort. Entering the fifth octave, Rosé does so with general ease, however the delivery becomes more inconsistent and prone to tension. Her approach to belting higher remains the same. She maintains the placement and a fairly balanced mix. In a live setting, Rosé doesn't often belt much past D5. Her attempts at mixing higher are mostly heavily strained and unsuccessful. Despite a quite high voice, it seems to me personally as her potential as an opera belter hasn't been fully explored. Despite some technical skill, Rosé's highly stylized way of singing affects her performance in this area. Nasality, non-optimal vowel shaping, raised larynx position are, unfortunately, some of the tools Rosé uses to keep her signature sound. However, the style itself limits her delivery. So sometimes it almost seems like Rosé is kind of juggling all these things at the same time, which probably makes it more difficult for her than it actually needs to be. While Rosé's technique leaves more than enough room for improvement, this vocal style isn't helping at all. Examples of vocalists who are stronger in this area than Rosé include Sayeon of nmixx, Monday of Weekly, and Hyun of Mamamoo. Rosé's development in this register is relative to miyeon of Idol or Winter of aespa. Rosé's light voice is naturally nimble, so it moves rather easily. She's able to execute smaller runs and ornamentations effectively. The notes can be nicely separated with a proper, crisp bounce to them.
am I supposed to live without?
This promising skill, however, isn't polished enough, since inconsistency does occur in regards to pitch accuracy and note separation. Also, Rosé's runs themselves aren't too complex or intricate. K-pop idols aren't typically skilled in vocal agility, so Rosé generally stacks up pretty well against the industry. Examples of more skilled vocalists include hwasa of Mamamoo and Wendy of Red Velvet. Rosé switches to her upper register easily and comfortably, being able to maintain good tonal quality and stay relaxed.
Lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky we're in love in every way. Lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I have been.
She is capable of using head voice. Although it's mostly connected, it also picks up tension quite early in her range. The sound starts to thin out and lose volume. This is not a fully explored part of Rosé's voice, which is unfortunate because Rosé demonstrates a good amount of potential. While Rosé's upper register could become a great asset of hers, her mixed register is the strongest one so far. Rosé does have a lot of good traits of a vocalist. Firstly, her intonation is solid, so is her stamina and breath control. She intuitively applies dynamics to her singing, which makes her delivery more tasteful and interesting. Rosé also communicates emotion well, which is something she gets a lot of praise for. However, the issues exist as well. Rosé's vowels often don't allow her to really open up and make her sound shallow. It's also unclear how much exactly her style affects her technical delivery and whether or not she'll lose some tension if she opted for a more neutral, less stylized sound. Rosé's vibrato needs work as it tends to be overly quick and unstable.
I'm only telling you because I care.
Her registers show a varying degree of skill, however none of them are truly great. I wish Rosé could become a vocalist true to her potential and talent, which is not the case at the moment. I know that the title of Korea's golden voice sounds silly, it does. However, I would be full of shit if I said that I don't get why people call her that. Rosé's voice is full of emotion, and it becomes a vessel for her palpable love and passion for music. And while Rosé is not among the best vocalists or even great vocalists, she is one of those who has truly fallen in love with music. And people keep on falling in love with what she does with her gift. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in my next one. I will be in your area. For now, bye guys.